Okay, let's dive into this. We usually think of business strategy and family care as two completely separate worlds, right? Like they just don't mix. But today, we're going to break down a fascinating case study in this explainer. It's about a guy named Janilson, who took a razor-sharp entrepreneurial mindset and applied it to both high-stakes real estate and the delicate care of his aging mother and aunt. It's honestly a masterclass in strategy, empathy, and calculated risk.
And this quote right here sets the exact tone for everything we're about to explore. When Janilson made the noble but, let's be honest, financially risky decision to leave his supervisory job to care for his family, his company actually respected him so much that they fully terminated him so he could access his severance pay. Now, a lot of people might look at a severance check as a safety net or, fun spending money, but not Janilson. He viewed every single cent of that payout not as a cushion for superfluous consumption, but as a critical seed for his next big venture.
So what exactly was that first strategic move? Let's take a look.
Leaving a stable administrative job means you have to pivot, and Janilson wasted absolutely no time. His initial severance payout was 12,000 Brazilian reais. By itself, 12,000 really isn't enough to launch a massive real estate empire, so he made a tough but incredibly strategic choice. He combined that cash with the sale of some beloved professional DJ and sound equipment. These were real relics from a cultural universe he absolutely adored. He essentially liquidated his passions to fully fund his very first real estate play.
And here's how that first play actually unfolded. With his pooled capital, he bought a plot of land in Bocaiúva do Sul for 17,000 reais. But he didn't just sit on it. He leveraged his relationship-building skills he'd spent years honing through countless negotiations across the state of Paraná. He struck up a genuine, sincere friendship with his neighbor. Just through simple, honest conversation, the neighbor saw the value of the land, and Janilson sold it to him for 40,000 reais. But the real genius part? He structured the deal to receive 1,000 reais in monthly installments. He more than doubled his initial capital, while instantly creating a recurring monthly revenue stream to help with his day-to-day cash flow.
Which brings us to his broader vision on liquidity.
And this brilliantly illustrates his overall strategy. Because while he was collecting that smooth monthly income from the land deal, he was actively shuffling his biggest asset behind the scenes. For 5 years, he had been consolidating 500 square meters of possession rights in Tanguá. The final piece of this puzzle was a house valued at 55,000 reais, but it had a chronic problem. It was built without a proper foundation and was structurally flawed. Operating with extreme transparency, he sat down with a buyer, explained the issue perfectly, and traded the house for a Chevrolet Montana truck valued at 45,000 reais. Almost immediately, he used that truck as liquid trading coin to acquire a spectacular 1,200 square meter furnished farm in Pontal for 55,000 reais, just paying off the small difference in easy 500 real monthly installments.
Now, you might be looking at the math from that first trade and thinking, wait a second, he traded a 55,000 real house for a 45,000 real truck? That's a 10,000 real loss. And you know what? You're absolutely right. It was an immediate accounting loss, but a true administrator understands the vital concept of a calculated loss. Janilson willingly took a 10,000 real hit on paper to rid himself of a structurally flawed, hard-to-sell asset in exchange for a truck. A truck is highly liquid. That liquidity is exactly what allowed him to instantly jump into the much larger, far more valuable farm deal. He sacrificed a pawn to capture a rook.
But all of that real estate maneuvering was just the backdrop to the biggest operation of his life.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how he applied his analytical business process skills directly to his mother's medical protocol. Before his intervention, she was taking 18 different medications. 18! The side effects were devastating. Rebound effects, severe depression, loss of appetite in a woman who always loved to eat, and painful heel infections. By studying the timing and reactions, exactly like a process engineer, and consulting deeply with her doctor, he completely streamlined her care. He reduced those 18 medications down to just one sparingly used sleep aid, allowing her body to finally recover its natural autonomy.
So the crucial point is how he handled her long-term insulin. The standard medical protocol was just one massive dose of insulin at night. But Janilson's keen, analytical observation picked up on a pattern. His mother suffered from severe agitation right around 5:30 p.m., which is a classic symptom of sunset syndrome. With medical backing, he changed the process. He fractioned her insulin dose into 2 or 3 smaller applications throughout the day: early morning, afternoon before dinner, and at dusk. By actively managing the timing rather than just blindly following the default rule, the results were miraculous. Her lucidity returned, her smile came back, and today she is protected, nourished, and happy.
With his mother's health stabilized, it was time to build the gear for the future.
Let's move to and see how this builds into his daily life. After a year of intense dedication, he designed a routine that runs like a perfectly timed clockwork gear. Since his mother and aunt wake up a bit later, around 10 or 11 a.m., he wakes up early. He does a quick health check, organizes the environment, and hits the real estate market around 8 or 9 a.m. A highly trusted caregiver then takes over for the midday shifts. This exact daily window gives him the time he needs to reactivate his entrepreneurial DNA in the market while ensuring he's back home to manage the crucial evening care and handle that sunset syndrome. He completely synchronized wealth generation with flawless family care.
And what exactly is the master plan for his return to the market? It's brilliant. Step 1. Sell those Tango 1 possession rights to generate robust, fast cash. Step 2. Take that cash, buy fully documented land, and build high perceived value compact homes. And Step 3. Finance the construction of a build-to-rent kitnet portfolio for passive income. His strategy is so powerful because the cash from undocumented land will seamlessly fund bank-financed documented properties.
And I really want to elaborate on his specific real estate secret here. He accelerates his capital turnover by using high perceived value aesthetics, like adding a noble stainless steel handrail to a compact home. It elevates a medium standard property to a high standard one in the buyer's eyes. But beneath the aesthetics is his real superpower, his ironclad reputation. Just like he didn't hide the structural flaws of that house earlier, he operates with total transparency in every deal. He sells directly to trusted contacts, relying on a reputation built over years of honest negotiations.
Jimelson's story proves that business acumen doesn't have to be cold or purely profit-driven. The exact same analytical skills used to negotiate land and accept calculated losses can be used to drastically optimize medical care, design a perfect family routine, and create a life of true purpose. So I want to leave you with this question to reflect on. How can you apply strategic analytical thinking in your own life to build not just financial wealth, but deep, lasting family well-being? Think about it. Thank you so much for joining me in this explainer. Keep analyzing, keep strategizing, and I'll catch you next time.